Hi, my friends. Welcome back to KTB Creates. If you are new to my channel and this is your first time stopping by, please consider clicking on that subscribe button and tapping that notification bell so that you never miss a new upload from me. If you do enjoy home decor and DIYs and thrift store hauls and trash to treasure type videos, then you're gonna love my channel, I promise you. So go ahead and click on that subscribe button. And today we're gonna get into one of those trash to treasure revamps. So I'm taking 3 different items that I purchased at my local Goodwill store, and I am turning them into cute little decorations for my home. So stick around and click that like button if you do enjoy this video, and let's get into the project. So back in December, I did a thrift store haul with a couple really cool pieces that I found at my local Goodwill. I will link that video in the cards above if you wanted to take a look at that. These are all the items that I got during that thrift store haul. And today we're going to be going through 3 of the items that I kind of redid and revamped. First, we're going to start with this cute little house. It's copper, and then it has a brown leather like binding around all of the edges. I didn't like any of that. It doesn't really go with my decor. It is beautiful in the way it is, if that matches what your decor is, but it doesn't really go with my farmhouse decor. So we are going to paint it just like I paint everything. So if that's not your style, you can always do something different. I took my Waverly chalk paint in Elephant and I just painted that all over where the copper is. I did tape off the edges with some masking tape just to make sure that I didn't get any of that paint on the leather pieces, because we are going to paint that a bright white. I did need 3 coats of this Waverly chalk paint to cover everything. Then I'm going to galvanize it or make it look like galvanized metal. So I'm taking Folk Art metallic silver paint, and I'm just simply getting a tissue or a paper towel, and I'm just going to dab on some Waverly chalk paint in white and then alternate that with that silver, metallic silver look. So first, I like to go in with my white first when I'm trying to do this look. You really don't want to see a lot of the white in the end, so I like to do that as my first layer. And the trick is to be very sporadic with it. And like I said, to either use a paper towel or a tissue of some sort to get that kind of texture. So you just want to crumple it up like I'm doing here. And now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to dab on that silver metallic paint. And you can put quite a bit of paint on your paper towel, and you're just going to keep dabbing it until you're happy with the way it looks. Now, at the end, I did go back and put the top layer back in the elephant look just to take off some of that white even more. But I simply love this idea. I love doing this with things. I think it makes it look so authentic and really look like galvanized metal. And like I said, that kind of goes with my decor. So I am always doing this to different objects around my house. Next, I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in white, and I am going to apply that to all of the edges where that brown leather is. Now, I know some of you might not be happy with the fact that I'm painting over this nice little leather piece, but again, I don't really have any browns in any of my decor, so I just rather with this metallic galvanized look, I like the look of white. Kind of debated between the white and black, but I felt like the white would have looked better. So you can let me know if you would have chosen black or maybe a different color, but I am really happy with the way that this turned out. And I did end up doing 3 coats of this Waverly chalk paint as well. So my next project is this adorable little sled that I found at my Goodwill for $3.99. It is definitely looking like a little 1980-ish, I think. So I am just taking some Clorox wipes and I'm just wiping that down really good before I go ahead and paint it. Now, I couldn't decide on the color for this. I wanted it in the brown family. I wanted it to look more like a real sled or resemble a real sled. So I started to go in with the Waverly chalk paint in mineral, but I did not like the way that it looked. It looked a little too beigey and taupey for me. And I do have to say, I apologize about the lighting in these videos. I was playing with a new camera, so there was a lot of issues with lighting, so I do apologize for that. So I ended up then going in and mixing a couple different paints together. What I ended up with was folk art paint in light mocha mixed with folk art burnt umber, and I created this shade here, and it's a little bit of like a, I guess like a taupe coffee type shade, and I like the way that that looked. Next, I'm going to take these stickers that I got from the Dollar Tree and this little piece that I took from a decorative picture frame from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to paint that in Waverly chalk paint in white. I did use 3 coats for that. And then I am going to take these little stickers you'll see, and I'm going to be painting them in the burnt umber because I want the letters to be brown. So I love this little trick. I got this from Kat from According to Kat. She has a wonderful channel if you wanted to go and check her out. And I love this little trick with making the little stickers from the Dollar Tree different colors to match the project that you're doing. I'm taking my burnt umber and I'm going back in and I'm painting the iron pieces or the bottom of the sled to give that a more in-depth type look. It was a very light color and they really didn't show up at all. And I think I only needed 2 coats for this. So once I was done with that, I didn't like the flat paint. I wanted to add a little bit of texture and interest to the piece. So I took a paintbrush with hardly any burnt umber on it. Like I wiped it off on the paper towel and everything. And I am just lightly dry brushing that on all over the piece until I was happy with the way that it looked, just to give it a little more of a rustic type, used type of a look. And I like that look a lot better. So this is what it looks like when I'm done painting that. And like I said, it just adds a little bit of interest to the piece, makes it stand out a little bit more. So then I'm going to take my little piece that I painted in white. I'm going to use some lamb's ear and I'm going to hot glue a few pieces of that to the back of that little white frame to dress it up a bit. And you can do this however you would want, but I like to do things kind of sporadically. I don't like anything to be really symmetrical. You'll see there's no real rhyme or reason here. I'm just kind of placing them the way I think that it's going to look the best. And then I add one little sprig to the bottom of it. And I know some of you are going to ask what I have on my fingertips. Those are little silicone finger covers that I found on Amazon. I've seen a couple YouTubers wearing them it kind of protects you from hot glue burns because I've been burning my fingers like crazy lately. So I thought I'd find a pair and kind of give it a try. They do work well, but you could still feel the heat through them, but not as bad as your bare fingers. Next, I'm going to take my little letters that I painted in the burnt umber. And this little trick here is a cool trick to kind of line up the letters nice and neatly, rather than trying to place them one by one on your piece. So you just kind of stick them on the edge of a ruler and then adhere them to your piece so it stays in a nice line. I did have to adjust it a little bit, but it's a lot easier than placing them one by one and trying to get a straight line. So the little saying that I'm going to use is called Winter Wishes. Something like this you can do if you wanted to make it more like holiday decor. You could make it into a Christmas type decor. You can even make this sign like kind of interchangeable, because you're just using hot glue and hot glue comes off really easily. And then all I'm doing is hot gluing the back piece to the sled. And I like how it stands out a little bit from the sled. It's a little bit more of a 3D type of a look. And I wasn't happy with how just the lamb's ear looked on it. I felt like it needed a little bit more. So I'm taking these little sprigs. They're actually from Walmart and I got them around Christmas. They have a little bit of glitter on them, but they're so pretty. And so I'm just peeled off a few of them and I'm just kind of sticking them on top of the lamb's ear just to give it a little bit more pizzazz, I guess. And then for the final touch, I am going to do a little twine bow. And if you haven't seen me do this before, I'm literally just wrapping it around my 4 fingers 3 or 4 times. And then I just simply tie it in a knot. And it's a cute little jute bow. This jute is a little bit thicker. I got this from Walmart. in a really big roll, and it is a little thicker than the jute that you can get at the Dollar Tree. I like different ones for different projects, so it just depends on, I guess, your personal preference, but I wanted a little bit more texture for this one. And then for the last project, I got these little signs. I thought they were adorable. I got 2 of them, and they're just black signs. On the flip side, on the one side, it's nice and plain, and then on the other side, it has that little clip that you can hang stuff on. So I thought they're very versatile. You can use them for a lot of different things. So first, I had to sand them down. I couldn't get, there was some sort of a glue on there from what somebody put on them prior to me finding them at the thrift store. And I tried Goo Gone and I tried soaking them, and nothing would get that glue off. So I had no choice other than to go in and sand it. So I sanded it as smooth as I could. And now I'm just taking some Clorox wipes and I'm wiping everything down really good. You can do so many different things with these. You can use them as like little menu signs, like if you're hosting a party and you know what some of the items are that you have to eat, what the menu is, or you can hang pictures on them. You can do all sorts of stuff with this. So like I'm showing you, I did some of the chalkboard paint. And I ended up doing about 3 coats of that just to make sure that I covered all the spots where I sanded. So for the one sign, because it's almost Valentine's Day, I thought I'd take this bag that I'm going to be using for another Valentine's Day project and use this. So I'm just cutting out the front of the bag where all the hearts are. And I'm going to measure it to fit in that little clip just to give it, you know, it could be a cute little fun Valentine's Day decoration if you do decorate for Valentine's Day. So I started out by just cutting off the little holes where the handle was for the bag. And then I simply just measured how wide I wanted it and the length as well. And then I just cut that out. And that's just going to be a little decoration. It's something very simple, very easy to do. Like I said, you could do a lot with this. You can make a menu, or you can keep it as simple as something like this. And then I just simply took a Sharpie marker and I just wrote XOXO on it for Valentine's Day. You can write any message that you want. You can decorate it. You can even put more stickers or different things on that if you wanted to. The other one I'm just showing you here that you can use to, you know, since we painted it with chalkboard paint, you can use it to write cute little fun messages on. So these are the final projects and how everything came out. I'm happy with all of it. I loved how it turned out. I think my favorite is probably the little sled. I just love sleds. I think they're adorable. This little house came out really well too, and it's a cute little decor piece to stick on an end table or an entry table or something of the sort. But I absolutely love the sled, and it will go with any decor because it's a nice basic type of a color. So I hope you enjoyed this. Stick around to the end to see the final result. And I am going to post in the end cards some more videos. I will put that thrift store haul video in here as well. So make sure you go ahead and take a look at some of those and click that like button if you did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will all see you very soon. Take care.